Well, hi guys. Paul here from PABrewNews. Here we go. Just got back from work. Man flu. Still man flu. Celebrating. What am I celebrating? What could that be? This. Thanks to my lovely mother. She gave me a very, very early birthday present. Heard me talking about it. Bing, bang, boom. She got it for me. I was going to get it. She told me not to worry about it. I found out why. This is Waxworks Records soundtrack release from Night of the Living Dead. Double LP. So I'm very happy. Got my Living Dead weekend shirt on. There's some glare back there, but I'll have to fix that for the video I do showcasing the vinyl next. But with that great classic Pennsylvania Pride movie that I love very much, I'm gonna do a big old beer to celebrate and use some Pittsburgh glassware. So here we go. This is Mexican. Oh no, let's go for the breweries first. Evil Twin Brewing Company and Westbrook's collab. Let's see if we can get this one. Maple Bourbon Barrel Aged Imperial Mexican Biscotti Churros Cake Break. What's up, brother? Actually, the cousin or the other evil twin of this evil twin is actually, I think, at Craig's house right now because I bought it when I was in England, and I left it there. So maybe we'll enjoy that when I get back over. This is coming in at 10.5 alcohol by the volumes. Big old beer. And then Evil Twin and Westbrook Brewing Company out of, they were brewing collab. Westbrook was doing the brewing. And they were brewing out of Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. Yep, Craig still has it, so we're going to enjoy it later. All right, here we go. Monster of a brew, to be sure. Cost me 45 of my American dollars, which was, if I would have, I picked this up at the beer port. I would use my beer port glass, but I broke it because I'm an idiot. I mean, I've been pulling Peters quite a lot lately this week, and, well, a couple weeks ago, one of the Peters that I pulled is that I broke some glassware. Because he does that a lot, especially when it's not his glassware. He likes to break it. So, anywho, let's get into this beer. Man flu style. Well, there, it was a plain clap anyway, so here we go. We're getting into the Hitchhiker Brewing Company's glass out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Of course, half, I guess, good portion of this movie was shot in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at the Leighton Image Studio. That's where George Romero worked. And Image 10, where Carl Hardman and Marilyn Easton worked, out of Pittsburgh. Zombie capital of the world, baby. All right, of course, shot in Evans City. Okay, up to the light. Wow. There's no light getting into this. Even at the pinnacle of the glass, there is no light. Even up to the brighter lights, there is no light coming through this for sure. 10.5 blankets of alcohol nestling up for the evening with some popcorn and a horror movie. Man, that is really coating the glass. Very, very, very dark head. I don't know if you can see how dark that head is, but an extremely baker's chocolate dark head. Excellent. Let's get that bottle opener out of the way. Let's see if the man flu will give us some aromas. Cheers. Wow. Automatically, you're getting smokiness, char, maple syrup, bourbon barrels. I mean, that's coming right through. But you're getting a lot of caramel. A lot of caramel, peppery bourbon. It smells very reminiscent, except there's a little spice, of course. There's that kind of like that smoky spice that's coming out probably from those churros and Mexican whatever's that's in here. Because I'm getting a lot of vanilla and spice too. Right out of the nose. But it smells very similar to CBS because of the baker's chocolate, milk chocolate, dark chocolate. You're getting a lot of caramel, peppery bourbon on top of that, drizzled in. Very nice aroma. Again, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of a smokiness, a sweet smokiness coming through too, mixing in with there, but it smells very nice. Let's get into it. Cheers. Wow. 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 What's up, Terry? What's up? Oh, Sunday's going well. Just got home from work. Fantastic. Ooh. Okay. Man flu. Let's go in again. Cheers. It's a work. There's something that reminds me of cinnamon in this, vanilla, very smoky, peppery, lots of caramel. That maple syrup is probably now, there's a lot of caramel forward. There is something that reminds me of like a little bit of extracty kind of maple syrup in the front because it's so maple syrupy with that caramel kind of coming through. Almost, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the maple syrup candies. Not just fresh maple syrup, but that hardened maple syrup candies coming through with that caramel. Confectionery sugar, turbinado sugar kind of tones kind of going through there a little bit. Caramel again. Peppery bourbon. I'm not getting the dark chocolate that I was, but now I'm getting Milk and Baker's. The dark chocolate kind of not so much. But there's a charry, tannic note, pepperiness, something that reminds cinnamon, spicy bitiness, vanilla. There's a lot of going on here too. The Mexican. I don't know what they put in this, but it's very, there's a nice earthy smokiness to it. There's a cinnamon kind of warmth and tingling. There's hints of vanilla coming through. Probably got that from the barrel anyway. But yeah, there's a lot of, I love the fact that it's so forward on that nice caramel, peppery, bright caramel. And then on top of that, you have that almost maple syrup candy quality in there. And that's giving you all that kind of confectionery sugar sweetness also. Those muscovado, turbinado sugars, those extra sugars. A little brown sugar too coming through now. Not going full molasses. There isn't a very earthy back to this one, I'm surprised. I was actually surprising a lot of earthiness, minerality kind of things, but it's more just soft char, soft smoke, peppery, like the cinnamon's coming through. I know a couple different maple syrup beers that I've had and things like that. They have a lot of, especially like molasses and stuff, they have really, really copper coin, earthy kind of back tones to it. This one has a bright, spicy tone in the middle. It's reminding me of chipotle spice. It's reminding me of cinnamon. But you have also that bright, very peppery caramel bourbon riding that course too. So it's kind of blending all together nicely. It's actually complementing each other really well. And behind that, you still have those training lines of that caramel, that maple syrup candy quality that's going through. A little bit of vanilla in the back of that. A little cloviness now is kind of picking up too in the back end in that char smoke too. But more cinnamon and that kind of chipotle notes. It does sound good. I mean, it is good. I mean, it does sound good. It is good. And it's super easy to drink. As soon as you got, the thing is you didn't need to get acclimated to the 10.5. You needed to get acclimated to the bright pepperiness, that kind of cinnamon burn, the little bit of that chipotle almost smoke quality, that kind of paprika or chipotle kind of tingling smoke, and of course the char from the barrel. Once you got acclimated to that, it's super easy to drink. There's carbonation. It's super easy drinking and enjoyable. But it's got a lovely sticky mouthfeel, really sticky. Again, those kind of caramel tones. Think of caramel. Think of those maple syrup candies. It kind of clings and sticks to your palate with all that sweetness, which is, I think, is nice. I think it's delectably savory, and it balanced those bright, spicy characters really well. It's a bit thin. It's on the low side of a full body. However, the mouthfeel is so sticky and residual with the sweetness, it works out well. It drinks smooth, lingers around. And the thing is, a lot of these pepper forward, chile forward beers and stuff like that, I don't know if there's any actually chiles or anything like this in it. I'm just assuming by the pepperiness and the smoky I'm getting. They tend to be too dry. And then the smokiness is too much. It doesn't complement itself. This gives you all these lingering sweet notes to savor as you're enjoying all the spicy notes still working away on your palate. It's very, 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 very well done. You know, sometimes this whole Westbrook evil twin thing, I kind of want to be like, you know, fuck you and your little hype and all your rare beers and all your expensive price tags. Let's talk about the price real quick. This is not a $45 bottle of beer. Let's just put that out right now. This is like a $14 bottle of beer, or a $15 bottle of beer. Dare I say a $20 bottle of beer. I would be very, very, very happy with myself if I bought that. Like, CBS is not a $26 goddamn bottle of beer. It's this isn't even a $7.50, it's a bomber, which is bullshit. At least be a $7.50 if you're paying $45 for it. Or a big champagne thing with them. You know what I mean? Like something fancy. This is a very good beer. This is not a $45 goddamn bottle of beer. And the thing is, it's not imported. This is made in the USA, and it's by two American companies now, because Evil Twin's considered an American company, and you're charging $45 for a bottle. Firestone Walker makes beers that are sepulchral, whatever the fuck that word means, that are superior to many, many other brews out there. And they never charge anything close to that. Bloody expensive is bloody ruin. It's bullshit. Absolutely horse cockers. It's good beer though. It's a good beer. Now, if I would have, like, for instance, I like this beer a lot. If I would have saw how much it cost when I was going to buy it, because I don't look, and they put it underneath, and you don't think to look underneath, I wouldn't have bought it. I would have been like, no. And I would have bought, yeah, it's stupidly priced. Now, and here's the kicker is, there was a bottle I got. Now, I didn't look at the price of this bottle either, to be fair. Was Taurus, the Tyrant, and it was bourbon barrel aged. I gave that a 10 out of 10. It was fan-freaking-tastic. And for another $10, I could have got 2 bottles of that compared to 1 bottle of this. I would have gladly got 2 bottles of that compared to 1 bottle of this, even though I'm having an absolutely great time drinking this beer. Another thing that I have to say is when you start getting these nice cherry notes, oak notes, the woody notes, you start getting nuttiness. I'm getting that now as I talk to you. A little bit of butteriness, maybe that's the biscotti and the cake and stuff coming out. A little bit of doughy nuttiness or breadiness coming through. But even a little hint of butter, something like that in the way back end. But one thing I did get, now that I'm talking a little bit, and I'm just let all that drain out of my mouth, was a little bit of a pecan. I just get that now and again, a little bit of pecan note, like just drizzled with a caramel. I like it. It's a great tone for me. Oh my god, you need to get that one from Hoppin' Frog. Actually get it, like all of them. Just see how many they have and get all of them. Because you seem like, boy, I can't do that. But if you do, you'll be like, I'm so glad I did that. You know, one of those kind of deals. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now this is a 45. It's going to end soon, so I might have to get up and flip it. However, I put the movie onto the background, so if that stops, you'll hear the movie. See how that works? Oh yeah. Always thinking. But I think this is one of those expensive. This thing cost me like a mortgage, so I think I should take my time and drink it. Right? You shouldn't just chug it. 45 bucks. Ounce per ounce, though. That Westie 8 cost me $20. So that's rarer, though. I think the Westie 8 is probably rarer than this beer. I don't know. You think so? I think the Westie 8 probably is a little bit more rarer. I think that's proper English. It doesn't fucking matter. I can't speak English anyway. I think that's a little bit more rare than this beer. Let me be rude. Hi guys, I'm gonna be rude here and flip this because I have never even listened to this yet. This is the first time. the first review I do before I do my vinyl review is the first time I'm listening to this, so I'm super excited. I'm stoked. And I got it for free because it's a present, which is like me getting something for free is ludicrous. I never get that, so I'm extremely happy. Man, there's gotta be chile. Some kind of chiles in there. I'm thinking like Chipotle and stuff because right there, man, it is. It's working away on the palate, especially the throat. I don't have any Zantac either, so hopefully it doesn't get too crazy. But that head, I love brews that give you a head that dark. Well, it's an overhyped brewery, but the thing is, I don't know. See, Westies have a stigmata about them that I don't think is fair. But at the same time, to get a chance to try something from a brewery that's a monastery, and they only help people around them with the money they brew and help brew more beer for charity and stuff, and it's rare. That part I think is the greatest thing about that. The thing that tarnishes it is when these hipster bastards and these capitalist fucks buy all that beer and then ship it to like other places for other people to try, and then exorbitantly raise the price to make them rich off something that was meant to be a good gesture turned into a shitty gesture, because humans are horrible. And actually whenever I feel like my disdain for humanity is going to start waning, they do something that makes it wax even stouter. Does that make sense? Because except for like the people that watch my videos and I talk to, y'all go to hell, and pretty much. I mean, that's my idea about the whole thing. Hi. Yeah. I'm sure Craig has a similar idea about people. Wow. This is a good beer. This is probably one of the, I'm just saying. This is probably one of my, I don't know what the fuck a churro is. I really don't. The churro. Isn't churros those spicy sausages or something like that? Like, what the fuck's a churro? Maybe someone could, because I don't have a very, my breadth of food choices is very limited. It's steak, spam, and steak, and spam and steak. That's all I eat, so I don't know. Because if churros are spicy, I'm totally getting that shit. Because there's something in here. Because I hate to sound ignorant, because I am. Because it's not wrong being ignorant. It's wrong being stupid. But if you don't know something but are willing to learn, that just means you're ignorant. And we're all ignorant at some point in time. And I don't know what the fuck a churro is. And I don't research anything for this channel. So, yeah, I'm kind of stuck there. Churros. Now, churros are the spicy sausages, not a churro. A churros is the spicy sausages. Yeah, it's as much as sausage I take, I should have known my sausages by now. That was a good time for that noise, by the way. That was good. Wow. I will say this. I said this once already on this beer. Before I do that, I will talk about the original Imperial Biscotti break. Was it glazed? I don't know. It was something like that. The Imperial Biscotti break. I did a review of that a long time ago on this channel. And when I was doing it, it just tasted like a very, very good Imperial Stout. Very good, very solid Imperial Stout, hitting all the marks, blah, 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 but not an as advertised beer. Because the Biscotti, like I wasn't getting like the Biscotti kind of tones and stuff. Because I know that the cream filling and the stuff and the wrap and blah, blah, blah. And it was weird because the beer, I don't drink beer cold. But I was drinking that beer, and then after the review was over, I kept drinking it upstairs. And then I was getting this butteriness and this breadiness. And I'm like, there's that Biscotti. There it is. All those little nuances of Biscotti is coming out. And I was like, what the fuck? It wasn't coming out when I did my review at the same temperature, but I guess even though And that's the thing is what I'm trying to tell people about having beer a certain temperature. Even though it was cellar temperature and not in a refrigerator, just that amount of time and maybe 3 or 4 degrees difference brought out all those other hidden characters that you would have never got if it was 40 degrees, 45, 55, 60. But when it hit 65, 70, all of a sudden magic happens. So when when people are like, oh, I warmed it up to 50 degrees, we're good, and they drink it and it's still under 60 when they get done drinking it, you lost out, man. You missed it. So I like to start at 55, 60 and work from there. But everyone knows that about me. I like beer that's frozen. The consistency of being frozen, yeah, you're like that. That's what you do. You just like to, whatever, man. Yeah. I like beer at the consistency of being frozen, but I like it boiling hot. It's like the best of both worlds. It's like hot ice. You heat up the ice cubes, Or is that water? Whatever. If someone can invent hot ice, that would be awesome. Hot ice. This is going to be my only beer today, so I better enjoy it. Anyway, I'm going to come back, top the beer up, take one more sip, and I'll give you my review. Or my score, I guess, if that matters to anybody. And then I'll come back after this processes with my vinyl video, the Waxwork Records. Yay, woo. Anyway, let's take one more sip. Cheers. Cheers, Terry. Cheers, Craig. I'll tell you what, for bourbon barrel aged beers, cheers, Terry. And are you still reviewing? Because I don't see you very much. If you're not reviewing, you better start reviewing again. I don't care if your shit is taken down or not. Why hasn't my channel been taken down? I mean, really, I've said a lot of shit. Okay, anyway, for bourbon barrel aged beers, this bourbon, and I've had this beer for a while, because when the hell did I go to? This isn't a fresh beer, especially with that price tag. And it was like September or something like that when I went. Oh, it can't be September. It must have been like August or something. When I went over and picked it up, it's been still sitting. And like I said, it's not a fresh beer. They don't date shit, but it's not a fresh beer. And this thing is so bright bourbon forward. That's insane. And I love that about this beer too. Really kicking it up. Bright. Really bright peppery bourbon. A lot of caramel coming up from that bourbon too. And then with that maple syrup too. Then you got everything. I think that's one of the things I like about this beer. Is the maple syrup bourbon is so... Oh, good. I gotta check my feed. Something about this beer. It's so forward on this sweetness, on this caramel, on this bright pepperiness too, with this bourbon. It's very undefinable. I can't define the bourbon, like, that's brand or whatever like that. But it's just so in your face. It's so, like, it wakes you up as soon as you take a sip. And then it just takes you on that whole ride. And it balances out perfectly with all that spicy cinnamon, that chipotle kind of vibe it has to it. The char, the vanilla, the smoke. I don't get a lot of espresso. Of course, you get a little roasty, toasty tones, as to be expected. But it's more char than a little bit of baker's chocolate, drying your palate out. Hint of milk chocolate, kind of adding to all that sweetness. A little bit of vanilla in the background. But other than that, man, it's a good beer. I hate to do this because of the price tag, but I'm going to give it 9.5. 9.5 out of 10. Tasty damn beer. Tasty damn beer. Does it give you everything the name says it should give you? Probably not. Probably not. But I'm still gonna give it a 9.5. It's fantastic. There is a little bit of breadiness in the back. If you linger, a little bit of butteriness, a little bit of breadiness, mixing with that vanilla. That could be the cake kind of quality coming out at the end after everything else settles the fuck down. You get a little bit of cakiness right at the back end, which is nice. I know I've had that at like birthday cake IPAs where you get a little bit of breadiness and a little bit of vanilla after everything else settles the fuck down. I think that might be what it's trying to do right there. But other than that, this is a tasty ass fucking brew. But it needs to be at least $25 cheaper for me to ever buy it again, because that's horseshit. Now, at the same time, if you buy it at other establishments, it might be a lot cheaper, because I don't know. I don't want to speak ill of Beerport, but it might be a little bit of exuberant price for them to get it, or if they want to make money out of it, jack up the price. I've seen a lot of people like in Sunbury Bottle Works, they put a lot of big old price tags on certain beers because they know they can get it, no one else can, and you're gonna pay for it. So, unfortunately, that's the demons and the sins of free marketing and capitalism and all that shit. So, anyway, 9.5 out of 10 for this beer. I'm really looking forward to doing the full review of this vinyl I just got in, or actually just the presentation of this vinyl. Oh yeah, see how much it is. Just check it out. And of course, you have its cousin at your house, so there you go. Cheers. Ready? Watch that finger coming at you.